Seriously, I don't remember asking for extra ventilation in my leggings. Hello and welcome back to episode 3 of the DB Active series. So that's probably about as formal as this whole thing's going to get today, because there is absolutely nothing formal, professional, or even just guaranteed about the sampling process, and that's what we're talking about today. If you've never stress cried out of pure frustration, then you're in for a treat with sampling. Because if there's anything that sampling can actually guarantee, it's frustrated stress crying. So obviously it depends on what you're in the business of creating, but you are going to need to find a manufacturer. So I went online and I searched a whole bunch of manufacturers, and I decided to get a sample from each of them, because this is pretty much the only way to test their product quality. So I would recommend finding between 3 to 5 manufacturers and getting samples from each of them, because then you have enough to compare. So I decided for my first sample that I wanted to manufacture the Scrunch Bum leggings, which was a bold and ignorant move, because Scrunch Bum leggings are very, very difficult to get right. So I went to a whole bunch of manufacturers and I got samples from each of them. Let me show you what I mean by difficult to get right. So basically, when you order a sample, you expect a high quality item. You want it to have all the details that you required, like see, logo on the back, great, that's all custom. Samples are actually quite expensive because they do custom design a one-off piece. So they are more expensive than your final product. So yeah, I test all of the samples that I receive, and I test them for obviously performance, comfort, durability, and especially in leggings, you want them to be squat proof. Basically, overall, like, you don't want this. You don't want this. This is what happened, and this is probably a no-go. That's my entire arm through the back. So when I tried these on, I did one squat and it completely tore through the back of these pants. And then a smaller hole, there's 2 now, smaller hole has ripped into these as well. So they didn't pass the test. Also, fabric is a huge part of this. So this is from another manufacturer right here. This is beautiful fabric. I loved this. However, the sizing is completely off because the fabric is different. It's very, very soft, so it's very stretchy. And if you run in them, they warm up very quickly and they just become too big. So I needed to size down completely on these ones, and these were a no-go. These ones right here, when I ordered them from the manufacturer, when I was sent a color chart, you will get sent color charts. You'll get to choose which number you would like for your sample. This looked like a dusty pink. This is so apricot that it stings my eyes. No. These ones are the largest small that I've ever seen, but it's once again really, really stretchy. I asked for this pocket right here, but just because it's a bit awkward, I asked for that to be removed, and it was still in it. So that was a no. And there's so much variety in fabric that it may look like you're choosing the nice one. You've chosen the right fabric blend, and then it arrives and it's just so unpleasant that this doesn't, I don't want that on my skin. I don't want to be squatting in that. I feel like I would injure myself. As a no. If you're considering starting a activewear brand or manufacturing activewear, which I wouldn't recommend, because like DB Active's like, it's already conquering, or it's about to conquer the market, but whatever. I wouldn't recommend getting a sample in black. If you want to see the detail, it's just, you're just assuming everything's going okay, but it's most likely not, because it's a sample. And you get to the point where you're thinking, I can't go through this anymore. There is just so many failed samples. But then there's the exception, the breakthrough, someone who gets you. And that's what happened with the DB Signature leggings. So let me show you these babies. These were the first sample. The first sample that I got sent through were just so beautiful. This fabric is perfect. And I put this big ass logo on the back. I also did a poll on my social media and also posted on DB Active just to get some feedback. Apparently no one really wanted the billboard, so we scrapped that. As far as quality and the make of these pants go, they were spot on. I wanted to shorten the gusset a little bit because I didn't really like that it ran down the leg. There was just a couple of minor changes, and I honestly thought that communicating that back and getting the leggings that I wanted, just with minor changes, that the whole thing would go out the window and I would end up with, the holes in the back again. But these were the next samples.
I'll be careful.
So I listened to the feedback from the DB squad. The logo on the back of the pants was changed. It's a lot more subtle, a lot less billboardy, and these are perfect. I know that you can end up being biased when it's your own brand, but these are the best leggings ever made. Okay, so these are the other color samples that I have these beautiful pants in. Look at that. I also did a sample in white because I thought, you know what, could be cool, right? Could be cool. But you know, I put them on, I looked like a little bit like a fridge, and also the undies were just, you could see them straight through, so that was a no. But we'll do them in the red, so it's like a wine, also navy, black. I'm getting samples in charcoal, in dusty pink, in like a khaki green. So these are perfect. These are basically done, and I could not be more excited. All I'm trying to say to you is that basically it's a process. There's a lot of ups and downs, there's a lot of frustration, but you will end up with this beautiful product that you've created from scratch. So the sampling process can be different for everyone, and my expectation for these pants was very, very high. So this whole process for me was really drawn out because I didn't want to put my brand name to anything that I wasn't proud of, and still I'm being very critical of each sample that I get in because I want to love them, and I want everyone else to love them too, and I'm happy to draw out the process to achieve that. So this is why I'm always looking for your feedback, because I don't want these to just be another pair of leggings. I want these to be fantastic. And as I said, it's been a long process, but I have to say I'm probably finally at the stage where I'm happy with a pair of leggings. My manufacturer thinks I'm a complete pain in the ass, but you know, hey, totally worth it. Also, communicating with your manufacturers. You do want to establish a good relationship with them. I have a lot of my manufacturers on WhatsApp, and I send them a lot of emojis, and I don't receive emojis back. They're very short, blunt answers that I received. However, I had a breakthrough. A manufacturer sent me a big smiley face emoji, and I feel like we're making progress. So you could probably, you could say that things are going to speed up a little. So the DB signature legging are pretty close to being approved for production. I have taken them through the basic tests, which are they're squat proof, they're sweat wicking, and they're obviously comfortable and very flattering. However, I want to put them through more extensive testing, and that's what I'll be doing next week. So I want you to see what I do for my legging tests, and I want you to see that I do care about the quality of the legging before release. Okay, so next week we're going to get a little bit more hands-on. I'm going to be trying on the leggings and showing you how they look and how they fit, and I'm also going to be taking them through their tests so that you can see how they perform. So basically, up until this point in the last few episodes, I've just been kind of laying down the foundation of DB Active and showing you where we're currently at. But from here on in, I'm going to be taking you forward, and we're going to be doing all this together. So remember, as always, like and subscribe. I'll see you guys next week.